Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. We are starting a new type of video content type thing today. It's not, the premise is going to be like a little bit of speed build, a little bit of gameplay, a little bit of every little thing. If anyone's familiar with Devin Bumpkin, he does this kind of let's build series, and I like that concept. I did want to tweak some things a little bit though. I like the idea of having like a really big build or specific type of people that you're building for, and creating kind of like the storyline, and kind of going with that. So with that in mind, and with it being the holidays coming up, I have decided to kind of redo this neighborhood of San Myshuno, starting with the builds. I might do the apartments. Yeah, I'll probably do the apartments. I don't know why there's this weird lighting glitch going on right here. That's odd. But, yeah, I wanted to do, there's two lots. Here, we'll kind of zoom out a little bit. But there are two main lots, these two right here, and then there's four apartments in this one, and then two in this building. So another thing is, when Devin Bumpkin does his series, he doesn't use any custom content, so I am going to be using all of the custom content, all of the CC, to make it look just really nice. So the idea behind these two buildings is this one. I want to do a massive, like, no, not massive, it's actually kind of small compared to like some apartment buildings, but I do want to do this like apartment style house. And there is like no great way to do this in the game, unfortunately, but so basically it's just going to be like one giant family, and right now we have the sim that you've seen in the little machinima at the beginning of the video. So this is Yuri Benowitz, and he lives on the 3rd floor. And I won't show too much of the apartment because I do want to do a small little speed build of him, and I don't know, I think it'll kind of just like progress and kind of evolve as we go, and yeah, I think it'll be cool. And then this building over here, I want to make like a very Macy's-esque department store. So like Macy's in New York type thing. I basically did the shell already. Obviously we'll add like things here and there. This one will probably just be like a speed build, because there's like no family living there. The store itself, I think, is going to go up to the first 3 levels, and then the top level I plan on doing like it's their like corporate offices type thing. So I am very excited about that. I'm excited to be looking into like CC, where I can make it look like a realistic kind of department store, having like different like sets set up. And I did, so these windows on this side, so this corner window, and then all these windows over here are actually going to be like kind of displays. They're not going to be like the full animatronic, like crazy displays that Macy's does every year, but I think it would be kind of cool to do like winter themed displays outside of the department store. Yeah, so very like New York-ish inspired, idealistic New York inspired holiday city. We are going for, that is the most toy car I've ever seen in my life. Wow. The graphics on this bridge. I mean, from far away it doesn't look bad, but up close she looking rough. So yeah, with the biggest challenge that I find with these lots in particular is like you want to create the like facade of an urban like street in the front, but realistically if you had like views into the ocean in the back like this, you would obviously want to like capitalize on that. So that's why I decided to put the apartment here. I felt it had the best like view, and then there's like balconies out to the back. So these are kind of like, I wouldn't call them luxury apartments, but they're definitely not like shitty apartments, if you know what I mean. Again, kind of like going more in depth with the kind of like thought process behind this. I imagine that this used to be like a single family home, and it was for like a very wealthy like business person. Maybe it was the owner of the department store over here, or the owner of the like fish market places that you see around here. Very like wealthy family. And through various economic depressions or anything like that, they've had to like auction off some of their more expensive properties, this being one of them, and then it was converted into apartments. So yeah, I've already done a little bit on the first floor. I think like the common areas of the apartment I'm going to do off camera, just like little by little, and kind of take you through the process during each like character or like family that lives in here. So yeah, I'm debating on whether or not I will do like speed casts. I don't know. I'm not really a cast person, but I like this idea. Why is that floating? Are they all floating? Oh, I'm gonna have to fix that. Disappointing. So yeah, I think I might do like some sort of speed cast review type thing. And then that'll give me like a chance to kind of like introduce the sim and like what their personalities are, who they're gonna be, their kind of role in the storyline of the area type thing. So this is Yuri. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Even though this is like a holiday inspired series, I did want diversity and representation wherever I could. So that being said, like I think it's kind of, I might not include any like Jehovah Witness or anything like that who don't celebrate holidays, just because I think it would be kind of insensitive. And yeah, I don't think that they're necessarily looking for holiday Sims content on YouTube. So, but that being said, he is Jewish. I don't picture him to be that religious, or devout, really. He didn't, when I did the speed build, which you'll see here in a little bit, I didn't really include any decorations for the holidays or anything like that. I would imagine that he only like participates in some things with his mom, and she is kind of like more of the traditional Jewish mother, celebrating Hanukkah, that kind of thing. And he'll go and visit her, which I think I might put her in one of the apartments over here. So yeah, that is him pretty much. He is currently the only resident of this apartment, this giant apartment. So if we go into his Simology panel, he is active, neat, good, and business savvy. I'll talk about this a little bit more in the speed build based on like his design preferences and stuff like that, but he's very not ambitious, but kind of almost rigid in the fact that he's like very, you know, orderly. He likes, you know, he's neat and orderly, likes to keep things the way they are. Yeah, that kind of thing. So I think that's pretty much the whole rundown of everything, and with that, I think we're going to jump into the speed build. And we're back with the quick little speed build of this apartment. So I did kind of section off the apartments based on the exterior walls and different color flooring. So I kind of had a gauge of like where each apartment was. This apartment is on the 3rd floor of the building, and I kept it kind of open layout. This is for the sim we previously met, Yuri. I don't necessarily know what he's going to do, like, professionally. I think that, with a, I don't know, I think that it's very, like, I think this is probably a very gentrified neighborhood, if we're being honest with ourselves. And he has to like make some sort of decent money to be able to live here, especially like as a young adult by himself. So I figured he was like some sort of professional, and he's very into the clean, like very masculine, like dark aesthetic. I imagine that he hired like an interior designer to do this. I don't think that he's necessarily like design savvy. And yeah, I think they went with I went with very stereotypical, like masculine, like dark woods and blacks and stuff like that. But I also did a pop of what I consider to be very ugly colors, but I think it works for like some people's aesthetic, and I think it works for his aesthetic. So here you can see we're kind of like working on the furniture placement. I didn't really struggle with the layout of this apartment for some reason. I usually like layouts and furniture placements are one of the biggest things for me, but I don't know if it's because they're such like unique shapes. And I don't know, building, I kind of had a idea in mind when building these apartments, so I don't know, they're all subject to change, but yeah. So I do plan on having him I think he's going to be in some sort of, not a relationship, but like what am I thinking of? Like a fledgling relationship, basically, like friends, but I don't know, something with the girl who lives in the apartment next to him. And I think she's going to be the next episode that we do, and they're like I wanted them to be vastly different people. So where he's very like neat and reserved and everything like is in order and that kind of thing. I wanted her to be very like carefree and like eclectic and things like that, more on the creative side. So as I mentioned before, I am using a lot of CC in this build series. I mainly use Felixander, Harry, Peacemaker, and Lil Dicka. It always sounds weird saying their name. I don't know if it's intended that way or I'm just saying it wrong, but that's what it is. So yeah, I did these pops of like neon yellow and greens and oranges and stuff like that throughout. It's not my personal taste, but I don't think it looks bad, and I understand like the appeal. I do think it's kind of funny though that the first episode in a holiday series is an apartment that has absolutely no holiday decor or anything in it. That's funny. But yeah, I wanted it to be like a very fun and like lasting like series basically. So I didn't want it to be all just like puking up like Christmas all the time or anything like that or any other holiday, but yeah, I wanted it to be a little bit more of a realistic interpretation of holidays in a city of my design. So, like I said, I didn't really have a whole lot of issues. I think the biggest thing in this house was I kept trying to put a whole lot of clutter, and I don't think that this is a house or a sim who would like a bunch of clutter. So yeah, I did that, and I want to remember to put a picture of his mom in that like Myshuno stuff frame that I put on the wall right there. I do think of him as being like, even though they're probably very different in terms of personality, I think he is a very much a mama's boy. And this little detail of the, I think it came in the Petite Trianon, or I probably butchered that name, I apologize, but Felixander's basically French, like Marie Antoinette type build series or object series, and it's that little like vent thing. I think that is very fitting to the style of this kind of like renovated apartment building, or renovated old building, I should say. I did find out that the floorboards that came with Get Famous, I used those on the first floor. They're like really worn, but they're really like nice looking. The floorboards that came with Eco Lifestyle, is it Eco? Yeah, it's Eco Lifestyle, are the exact same floorboards, but like not worn. So I thought that was like perfect for this type of build, where it looks like they maybe like sanded them down, and each apartment might do like something differently. This is definitely like an apartment building where you own the apartment versus like you rent it and you can't paint and stuff like that. I think this is more like permanent living apartment living, I guess. I was a little bit disappointed. I don't think it was enough to like change the overall design concept, but there wasn't really. Usually Harry does, well, Harry and Felixander work together on the bathroom thing, I believe. I'm fairly certain. And it kind of sucked that there wasn't matching. I got it to match enough, the wood, with the wood in the door, because I didn't really want to make the door black. I wanted it to kind of tie into the wood themes. And I think like the strict like white and black was a little bit too much. So I did want to tie in like the woods and the browns whenever I could, especially in the bathroom, because there's so much of the like heavy tile and it's very like stark looking. So yeah, and I don't know, there was like something I thought I should do by the shower, but at the end of the day I was like, you know what, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. I like it. I think it turned out nice. I wasn't going to add a bunch of candles in this because I was like, he's a guy living by himself. He probably like won't want a whole bunch of candles and clutter and blah blah blah. But him being like very neat and very like tidy and reserved, I think that his I think he might have like, he's also active, so he might have like a wellness routine, but it's like very strict. He's like, I can only meditate for 30 minutes on a Tuesday type thing. So I don't know how accurate, or not accurate, but I don't know how I don't know how much it works, basically. I just cannot find words today. I don't know. But I think we're nearing to the end. So with that, we are, I don't know, I might go into, I think I might just do a little machinima at the end. I might do like another video like in the next episode where I like go back and kind of talk a little bit more, but yeah, I don't know. We'll just keep it fluid. Alright guys, I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.